I told you he's in better shape. He's running. He's hitting. He's raking.
Right.
I mean,
leading the league in ribeyes.
So, what do you mean by that? I love him.
Runs batted in.
And yet Kevin Burkhardt says because he's the best player on your team, which I guess is true of the Boston Red Sox, certainly with Bregman out of the equation, Rafael Devers is the best player on your team. Mm-hmm. He's hitting. He's walking a ton. He's going to set a career high in walks because Bregman is gone and people are just going to walk him. And he's being a little bit more decisive in his pitch selection, not quite the free swinger he used to be. But how is that in any way similar to Tom Brady playing? Like, that was really one of the dumbest things. If I were Kevin Burkhardt, I would scrub that from the internet. Yeah, that doesn't.
I would release another video.
Also, did I mention he's Tom Brady's
broadcast partner?
So I don't know if that like the first. You know how you start and you're like Fitzy. I spent a lot of time with him, and I'll use Fitzy in this example.
Sure.
He might have just had Tom Brady on top of mind. Maybe they talked right before he went on.
Are you saying that Tom Brady is not a great broadcaster?
He is definitely not a great broadcaster. No question. And I guarantee you he would not be a great defensive lineman. In fact, he would be what they would call a speed bump. People would just run over him and step on him on their way to the next level.
What position would Brady play on defense?
Bad safety.
Bad safety, yeah.
Like a slow safety you take advantage of kind of thing.
Like Tom Brady would isolate Tom Brady, the safety, and be like, we're throwing that way. Again, every play.
You just hope he's smart enough because of his cerebral analysis.
I got to say, from the Burkhardt line there to David Ortiz saying, now he's hitting well, so you don't. David Ortiz and that thing he said to Bradford, we'll get that audio up in just a minute here or so. But like, somebody has got to tell me like why. Okay, so he's hitting great, but you can't ask him to hit. You can't ask him to go play first now because you don't want to disrupt the flow at the plate. Okay, because you asked him to go just be exclusively a hitter when you took away his third baseman glove. But, it really would be cool if he decided to pick up a glove because then he would show that he's all in for the team. Okay, so which one is it? Like, can somebody please make up their mind?
This is another
this
layered
entire team. Everything about this season is all mixed messages and madness.
Yes. And now we have the mixed messaged madness that Rafael Devers is taking ground balls apparently at shortstop, not third base, not first base, shortstop. And these are ground balls. So maybe that is a first step because there is some
well, there's a question behind that. Would that be to sort of like if he's taking some legitimate, not just joking around goofball ground balls, but if he's taking earnest BP, earnest like field practice at shortstop, would that be to start conditioning him to get him ready to play first?
That's my belief. But yes, Dan Ball?
From Max Cerullo of the Boston Herald to add to your conversation, Alex Cora says Romy Gonzalez's return will reduce the urgency for Christian Campbell to play first, so that won't be as much of a priority going forward. Well, so the plan is no longer the plan.
Man, what an offense.
And it was never really a priority because you had a chance to play him there and you didn't. So this is the debacle. This is a mess. And I know a lot of people want to blame Breslow for this, and he is partially to blame because he did not have anyone seemingly ready to go behind Casas as a plan B. But this is, for the Boston Red Sox to be in this situation where they are essentially, those old joking Patriot days where they took a guy out of the crowd?
They would win?
No, the old days, not the modern days. The old days where they would, like, take a guy out of the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
We're like half a step away from that for the Boston Red Sox. Like, I swear, you know how Doug Flutie likes to go to games and wear his glove while he drives his Batmobile? If Doug Flutie showed up with a first baseman's mitt and Cora looked over, I half think he'd be like,
put him in?
Hey, Flutie, you got that first baseman's
mitt? Hey, Mellon, put your suit on. We need you.
Like, they're just flying by the seat of their pants. Not to mention, no disrespect to Mr. Romy Gonzalez, but Romy Gonzalez is now the long-term option at first base?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. Andy,
I'm worried.
Don't you understand that the Red Sox lineup is so much more dynamic with Abraham Toro and Romy Gonzalez in it?
Dude, like, that's a serious lineup. I know. I heard Dan Ball say it. The Boston Red Sox, a World Series contender, we were told to start the season. Their corner infielders are Abraham Toro and Romy Gonzalez. While Rafael Devers...
Romy Gonzalez is hitting what on the season?
381.
Close, 308.
I knew he was hitting very well. And I knew because when we talked to Alex Cora, one of the things that I think was a truth when he spoke with us, you got to pick through the truths and mistruths with him, was that if he keeps hitting the way he's hitting, then we won't have to make a decision, or the decision's made for
Right.
us, or something. He alluded to basically, if Romy Gonzalez keeps hitting, then he's our first baseman. What do we think of that? Even if he keeps hitting at a decent rate, do you feel just great about when you have Yoshida? Don't forget, you got a Yoshida just
But he
hanging
got
around.
but that hanging around is on the 60-day IL.
No, I know, but he's an option for you.
Eventually.
And he can hit. Everybody agrees he can hit right now. Everybody.
Yep.
He
can't
can
throw.
hit.
Can't throw.
I don't need him to throw to DH, because if the DH goes to first, then he can DH.
So now technically I think what you're getting at is your lineup is better.
Yes.
Yeah.
And isn't that the priority, to have the best 9
And
hitters
then you know
on the
what,
field?
and then you know what you have. Although you may have to lose your best bat sometimes. If you're up a bunch, you could put Romy Gonzalez in late innings as a defensive replacement.
Sure. Oh, there's a million of those opportunities. Instead,
And then you
you
could
end
sit-
up with David Hamilton at third base, having never played the position before in his life.
And Abraham Toro, though, as Dan Ball informed us, is a natural third baseman. He's had to bump over to first as well. Yes, once again, he is hitting as well. Don't you eventually feel like the law of diminishing returns will kick in with one, if not both? Like, are these guys both going to rake in the 300s all year?
No.
Doubt it.
No, I don't even doubt it.
Being,
I'll just flat out
being honest.
say
I've
no.
watched a couple games in my day.
What's a better chance, that those guys continue to rake, or Rafael Devers continues to rake when you move him to first, despite the fears that you might disrupt his routine or flow,
Yes.
momentum?
The latter.
Yeah, because Rafael Devers has proven he can hit. He is a major league hitter. And if he's in better shape, I think it's safer. Because one of the other arguments was always, you can get hurt over there. You can embarrass yourself. There can be a collision. This could happen. That could happen. He's in better shape. I think that helps him. And the other thing that I found very interesting, listening to Lou Merloni on the Nesson broadcast yesterday, was Lou made an assertion, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit here, but he basically said because he was saying if there's any chance that you think Devers could get hurt playing first, then you don't risk it because he is that valuable as a hitter. Okay, So you don't want to do it during the season. Okay. Lou said something to the effect of, even if he stays at DH all year, he has to think that next spring training you will see Devers at first base. That when given the opportunity to make the transition potentially in spring training, it is still where he's going to end up. So if he's going to end up there, and the team could use him there now, and it would make the team better and give you a better chance to win baseball games and give you a better lineup and a deeper lineup. As the great Ryan Hannibal used to say, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Here's a great hypothetical question. How about this one? If this were interleague play, the old days without the DH, would Devers sit out all the National League games, or would he agree to play first? Vis-a-vis what I brought up a long time ago.
Ortiz used to do.
The 2004 World Series. You couldn't not have his bat in there, pardon the double negative, so he played first. Was he the best first baseman? No. But did you still have his bat in there? Yes. Would he pitch that kind of fit? Would he say, like,
with
no,
Devers,
no,
I have no idea.
No, I'm not doing
I
it.
have no idea. I do not have a read. I mean, I think we all think he is, what is it, Carita?
No.
The baby or whatever. Like, I think he's kind of a baby. I think he's kind of immature, and I think all he really wants to do is hit. And I said it last week. It always feels like to me he's playing for the name of the on the back of the jersey, not the name on the front. And I keep going back to Christian Campbell getting jerked around.